Think of Liverpool and you immediately think of the Beatles and Liverpool Football Club and their famous Anfield Stadium, one of the country's largest. And of course there's that unique Scouse accent. The heart of Merseyside lies on the east bank of the Mersey estuary, just 3 miles from the sea. At this point the Mersey is almost a mile wide, opening out inland into a 3-mile wide basin. This is one of the reasons Liverpool, with one of the largest harbours in the world, not dependent on tides, remains a major port for transatlantic shipping. The origin of the city's name can be traced to 1173, when it appeared in a charter granted by Henry II. It's traditionally connected with the mythological liver bird, a seagull-like bird seen in the city's coat of arms. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 things to see and do in Liverpool. And just wait till you see what's at number 1, something you might not have even thought of, so make sure you watch till the end. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So as they say in Liverpool, let's cut to the chase. 10. Liverpool Cathedral. The Anglican Liverpool Cathedral on St James's Mount was consecrated in 1978, although services were held there in the 1920s. Also known as the Cathedral Church of Christ in Liverpool, this huge structure, designed by the same architect who created the country's iconic red telephone boxes, was built of red sandstone. Atop its copper roof is a 330-foot high tower containing a carillon with 2,500 bells, the largest weighing in at 4 tons. The cathedral's 9,704 pipe Willis organ is one of the largest in the world. Also of interest is the Anglican Church of Our Lady and St Nicholas, a parish church that dates back to the mid-13th century. At 9. Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral. The Catholic Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral reflects the high proportion of Liverpudlians of Irish origin living in the city. During the Irish emigrations of the 19th and 20th centuries, Liverpool was the principal port of embarkation for the United States, and many emigrants ended up settling in the city. Building began in 1928, although it wasn't actually completed until 1967. Wow, that took a long time. Around its cylindrical tower is a huge tent. 200 feet in diameter, it rises sharply to a funnel-shaped drum that stands 270 feet high, making the whole structure look like a huge lantern rising above the city. Next up at 8, Walker Art Gallery. The Walker Art Gallery boasts a rich collection of works by Italian, Flemish and French masters from the 14th century to the present. These include masterpieces by Rubens, Rembrandt and Rodin. Its display of English painting and sculpture, particularly of the 18th to 20th centuries, is unrivaled outside London and features works by Gainsborough, Hogarth and more. Of particular note is the poignant farewell scene at Liverpool's Pier Head, as depicted by John J. Lee, entitled Sweethearts and Wives. The John and Peter Moore exhibition, an important display of contemporary British art, is held every alternate year. Associated with the Walker Art Gallery, Sudley House is well worth visiting. Set in an early 19th century mansion on Mossley Hill, it's home to a gallery containing artists such as Gainsborough and Turner. Next up at 7, it's St George's Hall. The facade of St George's Hall on Brown Street is festooned with Corinthian columns and statues. Its sumptuously decorated Great Hall, boasting one of the world's largest organs, is often used for concerts. To the rear of the building, the splendid St John's Gardens features statues of prominent Liverpudlians. The nearby Polytechnic building is part of an imposing group of Neo-Greek buildings that include the William Brown Library, the Picton Reading Rooms and the Hornby Library. Also of interest is the impressive Blue Coat Chambers, built as a charitable school in 1717 and the city centre's oldest building. Somewhat newer, well, it was built in 1969, but worth a visit is Radio City Tower. Also referred to as St John's Beacon, this observation tower offers superb views over the city. At 6, Pier Head. The Pier Head area of Liverpool includes the traditional trio of harbour buildings known as the Three Graces: the Port of Liverpool building, the Cunard building, named after Canadian Samuel Cunard, owner of the first shipping line from Liverpool to Halifax to Boston, and the Royal Liver building, not open to the public. It's also where you'll find the Titanic Memorial, commemorating the heroes in the engine room on the luxury liner that sank in 1912. Also located here are the Queen Victoria Monument, the Beatles statue, and the Georgian Town Hall, built in 1754 with its lovely copper cupola crowned by a statue of Minerva. At 5, Victoria Gallery and Museum. Art lovers should also check out the Victoria Gallery and Museum. Located in a spectacular red brick building at the University of Liverpool, the museum, known locally as the V&M, includes large collections of sculptures and ceramics, along with an impressive array of paintings by the likes of Lucian Freud and J.M.W. Turner. The facility also boasts a program of educational lectures and workshops, as well as a cafe and shop. Check out events during your visit on their official website. At 4, Merseyside Maritime Museum. The Maritime Museum in Liverpool is home to numerous fascinating exhibitions about the many thousands of emigrants who left Britain via the Mersey for North America between 1830 and 1930. The museum also boasts an impressive collection of artefacts related to seafaring in Liverpool, stretching back in time as far as its establishment as a fishing port in the 13th century. This rich history is illustrated with model ships, workshops, and historic vessels. Equally fascinating are exhibits relating to the stories of the Titanic and Lusitania, two of the most famous and tragic passenger vessels in history. Each had strong links with Liverpool. Other popular things to do include visiting the nearby U-boat story, which depicts life aboard a submarine during wartime, and the impressive Western Approaches Museum with its original map rooms and displays relating to the Royal Navy in World War II. Number 3, Tate Liverpool. An acclaimed branch of the Tate Gallery, Tate Liverpool has been established in the Albert Dock. As chance would have it, the London Tate Gallery, established at the end of the 19th century with a legacy from the super magnate Sir Henry Tate, found space in the warehouses where raw sugar was stored before being refined. The ground floor of the Tate of the North has exhibition halls and galleries dedicated to contemporary art, as well as works on loan from the London Gallery. Admission is free. And now at 2, Royal Albert Dock. The superbly restored Royal Albert Dock was the first such facility in Britain to be built using only bricks and iron. At its heart is an impressive 5-storey high block of buildings surrounding the harbour basin, where cotton, tobacco and sugar were once unloaded. These enormous Victorian structures are built around an arcaded walkway, their cast Tuscan columns once serving as capstans for moored ships. Today, these decoratively restored warehouses house luxury apartments, designer boutiques, restaurants, cafes and museums. They now stand as prime examples of gentrification, a phenomena which can also be witnessed in other places to visit in the UK, such as London, Manchester and Glasgow, where once decaying inner cities are restored to provide recreational amenities. Royal Albert Dock is also home to a number of first-rate tourist attractions. These include the Beatles story with its memorabilia, photographs and films of the Fab Four, the International Slavery Museum, just yards from the dry docks where 18th century slave ships were repaired and fitted, and the Border Force National Museum, which tells the story of smuggling and contraband from the 1700s to the present day. And finally, at number 1, if you haven't guessed already, the Beatles. Liverpool is famous as the birthplace of the Beatles. Various tours offer fans the opportunity to follow in their footsteps, taking in such famous destinations as Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. Tours also usually include the Beatles story in Albert Dock and the rebuilt Cavern Club, where they made their debut in 1961. Other Beatles-related sites include the Cavern Walks, murals by Cynthia Lennon, the Beatles shop and 24th Lynn Road, McCartney's former home. It was here the band wrote and rehearsed many of their early songs, and the property is now open to the public and features Beatles memorabilia and photos. Also of interest to fans are John Lennon's childhood home at 251 Menlove Avenue, along with the Casbah Coffee Club in West Derby. Opened in 1959 by the parents of Pete Best, the Beatles' first drummer, as a venue for upcoming local bands, the Casbah became a regular haunt of the Fab Four and remains much as it was in its heyday. And there you have the top things to see and do in Liverpool. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. Check out more videos on English towns and cities in our English travel guide playlist. That's all for now, until next time.